strong in faith.
Faith can move mountains. Radio Maria, 91.3 FM.
The voice of truth.
Feeling isolated.
Feeling isolated.
Intentional avoidance. You intentionally avoid your husband. Intentionally avoid your wife. Those are signs that you are lonely in the marriage. So,
Wow. Intentional avoidance. Lack of communication. Okay. And then, good.
loss of intimacy.
Loss of intimacy. And at that point where someone shared an idea, a discussion with me, was like, do you know, at some point I've lost it in this marriage to the point that for me to meet with my husband, I have to tune my mind as though it's someone else.
Yes.
Hey.
That is what we call emotional loss.
That's serious.
Or loss of intimacy.
Okay. Now, how can the affected spouse effectively communicate the challenge without being seen or taken as asking for too much?
Okay. Thank you very much. That's another good, very, very good question. Because in the African tradition, the woman is not supposed to say anything. He's not supposed to see anything wrong with the husband. But it's unfortunate that our marriages these days, the younger ones, don't even want to hear that. So for you to be able to talk to your husband, the older generation, you have to look for means. And the first means is recognizing that there's a problem. The second one is talking to God. It is only God that can show you how to go about this.
Because if you don't recognize there is a problem, you are not going to seek for solution.
You cannot. You will not.
Okay, second one is to talk to God about it.
Talk to God about it.
Asking for wisdom.
Asking for wisdom. The third one I will say is, some will say the best way to a man's heart is through his stomach. But not all the time anyway.
Yeah.
But the best thing to do is try and understand your partner. Try and understand your partner. You should know when to talk to him. You should know how to talk to him. That is the basis of marriage. You study your partner and know your partner. If he likes to eat, and you have a friend who used to say, I will cook the nkwobi, and I will buy the Heineken, and I will drop it on the table, and I will make my shakara, and go and wear tight jeans, and then he will be looking at me. I will be walking past left, walk past right, until he pays attention to me.
Yeah.
It does not work for everybody. Some will just tell you, what is the meaning of this? So you should know your partner. Know is, I'm sorry to use this word, know your husband's mumu button.
I don't catch them.
You must.
See, we don't catch one today. So on get mumu button.
So know it.
Okay.
And then at that time,
Men, you didn't hear? Did you hear them? Men, you didn't hear them. Oh, don't worry. That they are gossip. Women gossip. We are catching them one by one.
So at that point, you now talk about this issue because men don't want to listen. Men don't want to be controlled. Men don't want you to be as if you know more than them. So you have to know. You have to be as wise and as cunning. I won't use the word.
Even when you know a lot more than him, don't tell him that my own is better than your own.
No.
Suggest. Let the man take decision. That's wisdom.
Ask him. Talk to him. My dear, you know this thing. I just make her talk about that. But if you like,
it might not even be the best, but let me just...
It's not even important, but let me just talk about it. They say, when you talk, foolish things will come out from women. You know now. But just listen to what I have to say. Because communication, it is when you encode and the person you are telling decodes that it becomes effective.
Effective, yes.
It can never be effective when you talk and the other person does not understand what you're saying. So it's better to come down to his level and talk about it. Present it, especially emotional problems. It's very difficult for you to talk about it with a man. Once you mention it, you say, be like say you don't go outside. Oh, now so it be, hey, so you don't also no. I'm appealing to all the men listening. You must listen to your partner. Because once you do that, the partner shuts off, goes back into a shell, and remains there. It becomes a problem for your marriage. Discuss. Like I told my husband when we were getting married, I said, I want a man where I will come back from home, from work, and tell you what happened in my office.
Exactly.
Even if a man chase me,
I will tell you.
I should be able to tell you, see one foolish man today, he just said I'm fine. I come and say, wetin be your problem? I'm already married, don't you know? See my ring, and I flaunted my ring. A man should be able to appreciate a wife. Or
by saying that, the man should now give high five to the wife.
The wife and say, yes.
Tell me more.
Tell me more. Then tell the wife to come. Next time when you go and give her the tea slap, I will stand by you. You understand?
Exactly.
That is communication.
That's communication.
And marriage is until you are old and grey and you can walk no more. So if you do not communicate when you are young,
what will happen at old age? At
old age, where I cannot go out, you cannot go out. What will then happen? That is when you find people saying, this woman is wicked. The man had stroke and the woman start making shakara without the man. Because listeners, please, because at the time when they were young, at the time when they were supposed to be partners, at the time when they were supposed to be gossip mates, the man did not.
There was no bond.
There was no bond. So at the old age, the woman now says, okay, now come go meet the woman you meet before 6. Go to the beer parlor that you are going to now. The woman will now feel as if this is my turn to shine.
Unconcerned. It's time. Is it not you that kept me like this?
Yes. So please.
Wow. Wonderful. Thank you so very much. And I love the area of your husband likes drinking. He likes keeping out. It's okay. You need to bring him in. That's Nkwobi. Go and learn how to do the Nkwobi. In fact, thank God these days you can open YouTube and then type Nkwobi, and how to prepare it comes. And then everything you get it, you can actually practice it. And then you put the Nkwobi together. And then you get the drinks. If the man is the beer drinking type, get the drinks, put it in the fridge. By the time he comes home and he's taking his bath, and you serve him Nkwobi, serve this thing, and put movie.
One blues song.
Blues song, and then
Teddy Bear Girls and all that.
And by the time he's eating, and you stay by him, giving him that beautiful smile.
Yes, and that moral support to
exactly,
eat the
Nkwobi. And all that. Before you know it, the man will just, oh boy, if they come, I beg, leave me alone. I stay home. I know they come out. Before you know what is happening, the man begins to stay home because you understand it, and you're not going to use it to tell him all manner of trouble. You just discuss, allow that beautiful, because he wants to have some peace. Look, create that peaceful atmosphere at home and all that, and it makes a lot of sense. Friends, we're going to open the phone line, and the number to call. Okay, before we open the phone lines, let's take this next question. What is your counsel to anyone presently undergoing this challenge?
Okay, thank you very much. Like we said earlier, it's difficult to identify loneliness in marriage. But I'll say this, if you identify it, the first thing you do, pray about it.
Pray about it.
That's the first thing. Pray about it. Let God open your eyes to see. Because getting over this requires a lot of efforts, patience. You need that. You need to prioritize your relationship.
You need to prioritize your relationship.
And walk work for it
Committedly.
committedly.
Mm,
Not today, tomorrow. No,
mm.
it's a lifelong affair
A lifelong affair.
instituted by God.
Mm,
So you must be honest
mhm,
in your dealing with your relationship.
mhm.
You must be genuine.
You must be genuine.
Yes, genuinely interested in your relationship.
Mm.
Not because of what you are getting. Then like I said, effective communication, open communication,
Mm.
whatever it is, identify it. So I'll advise anybody who's going through this to first of all pray to God. Secondly, look for that thing that is causing that problem.
Mm.
Then start effective communication.
Mm.
It's going to be difficult because you have not built it from the beginning,
Mm.
but you try and try and try. My friend says, if you try and you fall, it's better than not trying at all.
Exactly. You
Try
try
first.
and you fall. It's better that you did not
Didn't
try
try
at
at
all.
all. Try and fall, try and fail,
Mm.
and try again.
Mm.
Experience, they said, is the greatest teacher. So when you fall, it's an experience.
Mhm.
So you go ahead again and you change the approach to
Good.
it.
Thank you very much. And then, I once counseled a lady. Um, the husband was trying to get married to someone else. Okay, so and this man will now go to work 7 days in a week. He will spend like 3 4 days in the lady's house and spend 2 3 days in the house. So the lady, after approaching me, says, okay, brother, you need to pray. Help me pray for my husband. And so I said, it's not me to pray. Two of us will fast.
Agreement prayer.
So we had 3 days fasting and prayers, praying about that. By the time we finished all the prayers, I asked, do you believe that God has had? So even if my husband is a demon, this prayer go work. I said, okay, good. Sit down. I just asked simple question. How healthy is your sexual life? It was like, Brother Nnamdi, does men of God talk of sex? I said, how healthy is your sexual life? It was like, okay, I don't even know at where I say, okay. Now, this is what is called lovemaking. This is the conditions behind lovemaking, where a relationship where that activities are built up over time, create the environment where love thrives and all that, so that by the time it is time so everybody connects, and then you get to get up with romance and some of the things and all that. So I now ask, okay, they say, brother, and they say no there. I said, okay, when was the last time you truly made love to your husband? She looked up and down and said, over 8 years ago. Uh, I said, okay, let me paint the picture. Let me paint the picture of your husband and the girlfriend. Your husband leaves his office, gets into the lady's house. The lady's house is clean. The first thing is very clean, packaged. Everything is in its place. Now, two, the lady is well dressed, beautifully dressed, and she brings out the kind of clothes that will push out her endowments and all that. And the man is coming in, and he comes in, he welcomes your husband, collects your husband's bag, keep it, collect his suit, and go and hang it. Come back and help him as he was removing the shoes. She's picking the shoes and then discussing with her and all that. At the end of the day, your husband's hot water to bath is available in her bedroom. And then you take your husband into the bedroom and he bath. This lady practically treats your husband like a king. By the time he comes back, the lady would have served food on the distance. And instead of serving all of them at the same time, because she's well dressed and packaged and all that, she will come and drop hot water for washing. She will go back and bring soup, drop, and then come back and bring Gary. As she's moving up and down, the man is looking at the endowment and the beautiful this thing. The man will eat that food, not only the taste of the food, but the taste of the one who prepared the food. So by the time all of this is, as I was talking, she was looking at me. She was looking at us as if she was going to fight. And then she was looking at me. I said, by the time it's done, it takes your husband to the sitting room, and two of them will sit down and be watching TV or news. And then you can even get ice cream and feed your husband in the mouth. That she beat herself. And then as I knew I was connecting.
Yeah.
So at the end of that discussion, I said, what do I do? I said, tell me, how clean is your house? She looked at me. I said, how clean is your house? He said, you know, children now, they will scatter there. I said, when you get back to home today, call your children for meeting. From today, my parlor and my bedroom
It's not a playing ground.
is not a playing ground. If you want, turn your room upside down, but my own parlor and my this is not a playing ground. 2, get nice serving dish for your husband and yourself. 3, you know, the way you look, you're a very pretty woman, but I'm not seeing it in your. So go and repackage yourself. Go to salon where they make hair, with women, not where they use 150 for washing and setting. Go to a place where you have professionals. They can package things and clean up and all that. And if you want to make your hair, don't really tell them to give you the style you like. Ask them to check your face and give you the style. Go to places where they make your hair. I mean, the labor is as from 5,000 up. So because that is where they will give you the best. And then sometimes men are also in some of those. So go to that place. They will look at you and repackage your face and all that. She was looking at me. I said, do you know Nyanya? I said, Nyanya has bend down clothes. In case you don't want to go to this, go to Nyanya, and then you arrange some materials. When you come back, get a tailor to adjust them and make them well, and then wash them very, very well. Look
skimpy.
Look for the thing that your husband is looking for in another woman, and then be exactly that and all that. Look good. And then, when was the last time you changed your bed sheet? He said, Brother, it's over 5 years. I said, good. Your bed sheet would have turned to yellow, white, and brown. So bring new bed sheet, new pillowcase, and all that, and make your room very well. Package your room. By the time you are done doing it, as your husband comes, he said he likes eating and drinking. I said, go and get beer. He said, Brother Nnamdi, me, I'm a charismatic. I said, go and get beer. Your husband is not a charismatic. Go and get beer for him and all that. So he said, okay. He got beer, and then he said he likes chicken. I said, go and buy chicken and then learn how to do peppered chicken with sauce and all that. Yeah, you know it now. So by the time you are done, package them. Your husband comes in, get him food, but sit down to eat with him. And then let there be new dish, new things happening around you. Let there be freshness in your home. Put air freshener, now, and the room and the parlor and all that. And he said what? He said, Brother Nnamdi, I didn't know that I am the cause of my problem.
Your loneliness, you caused it.
Now, and then she left. Believe me. And do you know what? When I don't want to say the other one I asked her, but so she told me she don't know anything they call orgasm. I said, so good. There is something they call like that. See. And President, how you they learn all of this? And I say, that is not your business. So please go and know, because I study, I make research and all that. And then, so this woman moved. And the following week, I saw her in the church I passed. I didn't know she was the one actually. Because, yeah, when she said, Brandon, it was her voice. And I was startled. I turned back. You? If you see the beauty that this woman radiated, it was so wonderful. I said, you mean you can be this beautiful? He said, Brother Nnamdi, is it not you that taught me? I said, I didn't know that you are this fine, no,
Fine before.
and all that. The husband has fixed the traditional marriage to another lady, and they have fixed their date. So she saw the card
The cards.
from her friend. It was her friend that stole the card and come and show her. So because they gave the husband or to that friend. So eventually that was it.
How you say
And then
marriage.
one evening, the man came home. The house turned differently. Everything different and all that. He stayed instead of 2 days, instead of 1 day, he stayed 2 days. Everything was okay. The way she was treating, like she was just, I said, be smiles. Forget about
Whatever is going on behind.
smiles all through. The
Pretend
man
you've
want
not
to
seen
see
it.
smiles and all that. And then she said, Ronald, I won't lie you. I had to wear some things. And I said, yes. Is he not your husband?
Is your
So
husband
eventually,
permitted?
that was this thing that happened. A week plus later, the man said, I want to tell you something. In fact, do you know that I have planned to go and marry a lady? But I didn't know that it's like this lady used charm to cover my
cover
eyes.
my
I couldn't
eyes.
see the beauty of my wife anymore. I couldn't see I have peace with her anymore. In fact, I hated you. But now, God has opened my eyes. I'm not going to do that marriage. See, he brought out the card,
The card.
from his bag, and they began to tear it. Say, I will not marry the lady again. That was how. But eventually, the lady haven't finished giving birth over how many years, became pregnant
Pregnant
again.
again.
But she told me that this pregnancy is the
It's
most
the most
beautiful
Yeah.
because with that pregnancy, the husband went to buy her a tear leather car for the
The
first
love
time.
renewed.
Yes, love renewed. Her life, she became vibrant. Life came into her life and into her marriage again and all that. I remember on one of the days, the after the child was giving birth to a baby boy, and eventually this baby boy now liked me a lot, liked my wife. And then, so,
Godmother,
as he was growing up, he was calling my wife his own wife. So the day they did that, the child education of that child, the woman was calling, Brother Nami, where are you? I say, I am in Lagos. They said, no, Brother Nami, you cannot be in
cannot
Lagos.
be in Lagos.
Tomorrow is the dedication, and I need you to come back, Okay, Friday, that they will do baptism,
on Saturday.
and Saturday, Sunday, they will do dedication. I should come back and I should be the godfather of the baby. I said, I cannot come. I said, Brother Neri, what will it cost? I will buy you flight tickets.
To come and go back.
So they bought me flight tickets, and I came in and became the godfather of the child. Now, why am I sharing this? I'm sharing it because a lot of people might not know that what is happening to you, that you have a solution.
A solution.
You have a solution. You know what? There is something you can do to change the narratives. The woman applied it. Her marriage was renewed, and then the narratives was changed and all that. And that was simple. Keep the home clean. Keep the room clean. Change the things and make them look new. And then change old undies. Undies and not buy new ones.
Your intimacy. Let me not use that word. Your intimacy life.
Hey, thank you. Your intimacy life. You could know how to do.
Brother Nnamdi, thank you for that story. It's a story that is common with us, with marriages. This one is lucky she was able to get her husband back before
exactly
got married to another person. The thing is that in most of our marriages, we don't talk about sex.
Exactly.
We are scared of talking about it.
As if it's sin.
As if it's a sin. For crying out loud, you are married already. You have been given the license.
Exactly.
The permission.
Exactly.
So long as you are wedded, you have been given the permission to do it. But most times, we don't want to talk about it. So those who got married before having sex, so they were virgins when they got married, they don't know the A and the B of it.
Yes.
Some men have already tested left, tested right. Some didn't even taste before getting married. But in the course of temptation,
Mm-hmm.
they've gone outside. And all these ones outside will do anything to keep the man. So we
They will
need
do
to
anything to keep the
anything
man,
to keep the man,
or even the woman.
or even the woman.
Mm.
So the thing is this, like the Akwa Ibom people, those days they used to talk about it, that
Mhm.
if you go to Akwa Ibom, you won't come back.
Mm.
It is not because of any other thing. It's just what you said now.
Mm.
My friend, we used to joke about it and say, if you make mistake, the Akwa Ibom one, when you come back from work, you ask, which one do you want first? Yes.
Exactly.
Which food do you want first?
Mm.
The food of the table or the food of the bed?
Mm. Exactly.
Both of them are men's weakness.
Mm-hmm.
But most of us don't want to talk about it because you feel once you start talking about sex, you are promiscuous.
No, you don't spoil.
You don't spoil.
You don't spoil with that.
This one rotten.
Mm.
But it is something that is killing marriages.
It is killing marriages.
Killing marriages.
Mm.
You will sleep with the man on the bed 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 1 week, 1 month. You will not touch the wife. The wife will not touch the man. When they come, they will sleep as if there are two parallel lines.
Mm.
You will sleep on one side of the bed.
Mm.
Don't sleep. The next thing you say, I have my own room.
River
My
Niger,
room.
River Niger, River Benue.
River Benue.
And
I have my own room. I want everything in my room. You put your husband will be in one room. You'll be in another. Most of us I also made that mistake of I need my room. I want my room. My husband should have his room. Yes. We make it because we feel when we have our room, we're able to put our things, scatter it anyhow the way we want. Like when we want to go to church, you bring out 10 head tie, you bring out 50 wrapper, you bring out this shoes, you would no, this is not much. And the room will be scattered. So we always want to run away from our husband's room and say keeping our own room that is a big problem.
Even if you have your room,
let
it be for your materials.
In the night, but my sister dress up, wear those sexy skimpy night dresses you wore before marriage, wear it to his room.
Father will not refuse.
Father will not be in the room.
No, he will not refuse the Holy Communion.
He will not. He will not, definitely, he will not refuse the Holy Communion on Sunday. So do that to keep your marriage. And please, respect your husband.
Respect your husband.
Respect his views.
You talked about the mumu button for a man.
Yes.
One of the greatest mumu button for a man is respect. And it was not the man that put it there. It is God that put it there. He said, a man, love your wife, but women respect your husband.
It doesn't mean that the man should take advantage of that and say, sit down, stand up, shut up, not talk. No.
That's not.
Because Christ also said, love as you love your body. As Christ loves you. If you know that Christ loves you, love your wife that same way that Christ loves you. He didn't say maltreat your wife.
No, it didn't say make her
your slave.
A slave.
No. He said a helpmeet.
Now, a helpmeet. Maybe I will need to stress this particular point. In the National Assembly, you have the Senate President.
Yes.
Senate President is not more elected than the distinguished senators in the House. It is all of them are elected the same kind of election, and on the same day they were all elected from different constituencies, and they come to National Assembly. The difference is that among them they say, okay, let's be our leader.
Yes.
We choose you to be our leader. Anybody that wants to see us, let him see you. Anybody that wants to have anything with us, let him see you first. Then you come back to us. Now, that means they are equal, yet there has to be a leader. So a man is a leader among equal partners. Not a master servant, not a boss subordinate relationship. No, it's not.
It's supposed to be equal. You are supposed to love your wife as you love, because people keep making this mistake when they say be submissive. They feel that submissive means you have to obey me. You have to take instructions from me. You have to do whatever I want you to do. But no, in a relationship, it is called a union. It is called a relationship. It is not called master servant. It's a union, a companion. A companion means somebody who you can discuss with at the same par, at the same. Like I told somebody the other day, if my husband is a professor and I get married to him, I'm equally a professor.
Simple.
It's as simple as that.
As simple as
So
that.
if you say I'm a fool, then you are a fool to marry a fool.
Yeah. Ishiake. You are the husband or wife of Ishiake.
Yes.
So all of you are
We are Ishiake together.
marries Ishiake. So
we are Ishiake together. So let's not deviate completely from the topic, which is loneliness. This is some of the things that make the marriage lonely. Because you see yourself as a professor. You see your wife as a common primary school. If she's a common primary school graduate, why are you doing that thing with her? Why are you having sex with her? For having sex with her alone, you have moved her from that being a secondary school graduate to being a professor.
Now, talking about that area, you know that denying your partner, either a man or a woman, has sexual right, has the capacity to create loneliness because she feels or he feels unwanted, unneeded, undersatisfied.
Yeah.
So with this, sometimes it gets angry, it begins to feel pain inside, sadness. So look at the kind of person, and things like that. And unfortunately, some of these men or women might be fighting temptation from opposite sex outside. They are trying to be responsibly married, not wanting to fall into sexual temptation outside.
Yeah.
And when they get home, the one they are preserving their bodies for
it's not even appreciating
it's not even appreciating it. It's not available, and then they keep pushing them away. It is a very bad situation. Even though there are different sexual orientations, it is important that both of you work this thing out and make sure that each other feels comfortable, wanted, loved. And if there is a reason certain things cannot happen, both of you should be able to know, this is a cogent reason.
Talk about it.
Clear it.
There's no point carrying what can be resolved today. Like the Bible says, don't allow the anger of today meet the sun of tomorrow. Sit down and talk about it. We are lacking that. Even in the new generation marriages, they do marriages on social media marriage. I was telling my son the other day, you see these marriages they show on telly. It's not real.
Yes.
It's not real.
Most times.
It is after you marry that you get to know what marriage is. You see what they taught you in marriage class is a guide.
It's a guide.
It's a guide.
You never graduate.
You never graduate. That's why they give you your certificate. And when they give you your certificate, they turn their back and walk away and say, if you want to graduate from this school, it is left for you. If you want to carry over, it is left for you. If you want to drop out, it is left for you.
Meanwhile, we have given you a certificate.
We have given you a certificate. So at the end of the day, if you want to write your name on that certificate, it is your cup of tea.
Exactly.
It is not my own. So we need to start telling them, when you get into marriage, it's a different ballgame. That's why St. Paul gave us that long list.
Yes.
That's why I gave you that long list of what you are supposed to when you get into that place. In order not to be lonely in it, you start from day one. When you start courting, when you start dating, you start laying down the foundation. No matter how much love you have for that person, if those things will not work, especially the communication, and you just quietly, that means that person. And another mistake we make, like I said, wrong reasons for getting married.
Mm.
We carry the name.
Mm.
Oh, I've seen Brother Nnamdi. Brother name is fine. Handsome. See
Yeah.
his nose.
Mm.
See, if I marry
Mhm.
Brother Nnamdi, my children will be fine.
Yeah.
You carry Brother Nnamdi's name
Mm.
and go to God. God, Brother Nnamdi is my
It
husband.
must be that
It
one.
must be Brother Nnamdi.
Mm.
You must give me
If
Brother
not
Nnamdi.
that one,
If
don't give me
not, so
another.
don't give me another.
Mhm.
God will say, okay, because
Mhm.
He said, whatever you ask is what He will give you.
Exactly what I hear you say,
Yeah.
I will do unto
He
you.
will give you Brother Nnamdi. You'll be
Mhm.
happy. Hey, God has answered my
Mm.
prayer. You will dance and go to the altar.
Mm.
By the time you get to, unfortunately, Brother Nnamdi is not your husband.
Exactly.
The one God planned for you, maybe his nose is crooked.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
Exactly.
he's short.
Exactly.
That is the husband because
Mm.
he knows you through and through. He
Exactly.
can see the end from the beginning.
Bam.
So the person is speaking for you.
Mm-hmm.
I did that a lot. I tell people a lot. Don't take any name. They'll say, no, don't. Go to God and tell God, God, I lay it on you. I need a partner,
Mm.
a lifelong partner. And when He gives you that, you will see. All these things we're talking about is a Kamu case.
All this thing we are talking about is a camel case. If you can get it right from the beginning, you will enjoy your marriage because there is someone the Lord has prepared that will fit into your mold for love and relationship. But where it didn't happen, please do not destroy your marriage. There is always solution about everything in relationship, including loneliness. The moment you discover, please don't feel bad about it that you are lonely in marriage. Please get to start working on it. If you work on it, pray about it, the Lord will restore the vibes. And then try to create time. Give your relationship a chance. Create hobbies together. You can get out, take a walk in the evening.
Together.
You can go out, look for suya spots. Buy, even if it's small money, buy and you eat and you just like girlfriend and boyfriend, do that.
And listen.
And then listen. Yeah, take your children and family out. Sometimes leave the children and go out with your wife. Having said this, dear brothers and sisters, we are sorry because of the technical issues. We're unable to get you the phone calls this evening. But it's been a wonderful discussion with Mrs. Family. I am truly excited about all these wonderful discussions. You are just a wonderful person. I'm sure your husband is a very lucky man. I mean, he's a very lucky man. May God bless you. My regards to him as you get back.
Thank you so much.
Dear friends, appreciating the studio manager, sister, who is there, Chidera, and Father Sly, and all the Radio Maria crew. Thank you very much, and God bless you. It is dining room. My name is Brother Nnamdi Obiechina, and
I am Mrs. Ebilaye Family. Thanking you for listening. Please pay attention to your relationship. It's very, very important.
God bless you. Thank you.